So a big reason that I've decided to leave the left is a lot of the trans advocacy uh, issues that you'll see the left promoting and pushing. And, first of all, I think that gay rights and trans rights are two different things. Homosexuality has to deal with a man who is attracted to another man sexually. And, transgenderism is about someone of a particular sex who thinks that they are the other sex. Or they think that they are just no sex or whatever. They're non binary or whatever. I feel like that's not a gay thing. That's not a gay issue. That's more of a. I mean, you could say homosexuality is a mental health issue, but I would say that transgenderism is more of a mental health issue. It's more of a identity crisis, if anything, than any type of gay issue. It's not a gay thing. I think honestly, it would be offensive to many transgender people to associate them with homosexuality because they feel like if they are you know if they were born a man, then they feel like they are a woman. So if they're attracted to men, then that does not make them homosexual. And it bothers me. I'm not saying that gays are morally justified or anything. There's a whole different set of issues and problems with the gay advocacy groups and what they push and what they are striving for. The gay agenda is it's it's so I think that they are pushing a lot of just really sexual freedom, and if that relates to pedophilia, many of them do not seem to mind this. Not all. I want to be very clear that not all homosexual people are promoting pedophilia, because that's far from the truth. In fact, I would say it's probably just these minority figureheads who are pushing this gay agenda without really having much concern for the effects that it'll have on people who are living the lifestyle. And I see a lot of this in the transgender movement as well, with going and wanting to read books to children in libraries, and just exposing children to this alternative lifestyle. I don't necessarily think that that is unhealthy unless it becomes in any way sexual, because after all, and I don't mean this to sound offensive, I'm just being completely honest. I think a lot of these videos and stuff that I've seen of transgender people going and reading to kids, a lot of times they don't look too different than clowns. I mean, there's just a lot of makeup and a colorful wig. That's. I'm not trying to call transgender people clowns, because I'm not trying to insult anyone's appearance. I'm just telling you that I think there are certain situations when this may not be completely unacceptable. However, I do think that if you are going and exposing children to this alternative lifestyle, and giving them a different idea of what their reality could or should be like, then you're messing with their innocence. Um, I just I have an issue with transgender bathrooms, because if you ever talk to any of these people online, um, many of them are very obviously mentally unstable. And that's the same as any other group of people. There are mentally unstable people in every group of people, especially straight white men. Um, but I think that if you are putting someone who is mentally unstable, who has identity issues, who is seeking to be more like the identity of the person that they are using the same restroom with, that might be tempting um, to want to emulate that person more. Or I just don't think that we should be supporting um, these non-realistic. Um, it's just not. If you were born a man, I don't think that we should be telling you that you're a woman, because that's supporting a delusion. And I think that a lot of these trans people say that they need to be accepted for how they feel, and I don't necessarily think that's true, because if I were accepted the way that I felt 3 years ago, I would be miserable still. And no one accepted me for being a heroin addict, uh, transient, and I am grateful for that, because it got me out of it. And I think the only way that you're going to help someone to be comfortable in their own skin is to treat them well in their own skin.